Welcome back to Wanna Parlay one leg short, where it was so close to being on the leaderboard this week, but unfortunately, they were one leg short. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, we have user Diego Avalar with a full Saturday night UFC 303 parlay. With a night full of incredible fights, Diego was on point with all of these fights here. But coming down to Simon versus Oliveira, he has Simon coming out with the win. The fight went to a decision, and ultimately Oliveira took the victory by the decision, busting this one for Diego. If this one would have hit, Diego would have ended 9th on the leaderboard this week. Unfortunately, he was one leg short. Coming in at number 4, we have user RWB Your Mom with a full MLB slip, crushing through, having a few close ones throughout the slip. Ultimately came down to the Guardians versus Orioles. With him having the Orioles taking the victory, the Guardians ended up taking the victory 3-2, being tied 2-2 till the 6th inning, where they were able to score one more run that helped them take the victory. If this one would have hit for RWB Your Mom, he would have ended 2nd on the leaderboard this week. Unfortunately, he was one leg short. Coming in at number 3, we have user A. Mesner with another full MLB slip, with a lot of close calls on this one, with teams barely securing the victory for a lot of these games. Coming down to the Blue Jays-Red Sox game, it was no different, but A. Mesner had the Blue Jays winning. The game was all tied up, 6-6 going into the 9th inning, and the Red Sox were able to finish it off, going up 7-6 for the victory. If this one would have hit, A. Mesner would have ended 2nd on the leaderboard this week. Unfortunately, he was one leg short. Coming in at number 2, we have user who I'm going to call Eli, with another full UFC 303 slip, correctly getting all of these fights correct along with the rounds to go with them. It came down to the final fight of Prozeca versus Piera. Eli having Prozeca to beat Piera did not go as well after Yuri Prozeca asked Alex Pereira to not use magic for their fight. Yeah, this really happened. He ended up still getting the daylights knocked out of him by losing by KO, as you'll see right here. This was a tough way to finish off your parlay. If this one would have hit, Eli would have ended 1st on the leaderboard this week. Unfortunately, he was one leg short. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have user Red Smith 88 with a mix of MLB and WNBA, correctly getting all of these right with no sweat whatsoever, going all the way over to the final game of the slip, which was the Marlins versus the Phillies game. He had the Phillies -2 spread, with it looking so good going into the 9th with the Marlins up 6-4. So right now, we are looking perfect. They ended up scoring one more run, making the final score 7-4, busting the spread by 1. What a close one for him. If this one would have hit, Red Smith 88 would have ended 1st on the leaderboard this week, but unfortunately, he was one leg short. Thank you all so much for watching this week's episode of One Leg Short. If you have any one leg shorts you'd like to submit, go to the description down below and go to any of our socials and send them there. Thank you everybody in competing in this week's contest. I'll see you guys next week.